All right, so my vertical is -1. I need y'all to go to -1, draw a dotted line up and down with your colors. The only thing we're going to use our color for.
Can't even see it. Sure.
All right, everyone sees how we got -1. All right, next, to find the horizontal, it's a little bit harder. You got to check your exponents. Does everyone see that that's an x1 and that's an x1? When they're equal, you have to divide the numbers in front, the coefficients. 1 divided by 1 is 1. Everyone see how we got 1? I divided the numbers that are in front of the x's. 1 divided by 1 is how I got 1. So, go to 1, that will be your other dotted line. This one's horizontal, so it goes left to right. All right, that's the hard part. The rest of it's easy. Last step. So we can graph this, we got to plug in 4 points. So make a X and Y chart. Now, choose your 4 numbers to plug in. Y'all see the vertical line. We're going to plug in 2 numbers on the left, 2 numbers on the right. So on the left, we're going to plug in -2 and -3. On the right, we're going to plug in 0 and 1. It doesn't matter which order you plug them in. Which way you write them down, it doesn't matter. So that's how you will always pick your 4 numbers. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. And last thing you got to do is plug them in up here. So that wants to plug in -2. So I'll have -2 on top, and then right here I'll have -2 plus 1 on the bottom. Punch that in your calculator. Let's see what we get. If you can do it in your head, great. Fraction button. -2 on top. I got +2 for that answer. Next, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to plug -3 in here and here. So I'll have -3 on top, -3 plus 1 on the bottom. -3 plus 1 is. What'd y'all get? I got 3/2. All right, let's make that a decimal. Now, if you can do it in your head, great. How do we do it on the calculator? Do y'all remember? Hit the math button. We're looking for decimal. All right, decimals are under number 2, so just hit number 2 equals, and it gives you 1.5. All right, next is 0. 0 over 0 plus 1. I don't have to plug this one in, because I know if 0 is on the top, my answer is going to be 0. Last, we're going to plug in 1. I got 1 over 1 plus 1. All right, what does it give you? 1 over 2, which is the same thing as 0.5. Any question how we got those 4 answers? All right, last step, we're going to graph these 4 points. So I got to go -2 and up 2. So -2, up 2, everybody put a point right there. All right, I got -3 up 1.5. How do I go up 1.5? Go up 1.5. Put a point right there. The third one's 0, 0. That's right in the middle. And the last point is over 1 up 0.5 means I go up 1/2 right there. All right, so what kind of shape are we going to have? We have the dotted lines on here to help us guide our curves that we're going to draw. Remember, you never touch the dotted line. So this curve hugs that dotted line like so, and this one hugs this side. Y'all did this last year, correct? All right, anybody got a question on that one? All right, let's do another one that's just like number 1. right, so number one, how did we find the vertical? What did we do? Look back if you need to. We brought down the bottom of the fraction and we set it equal to 0. We're going to do that every time. All right, y'all solve for x on that. Let's get a number. So I move over plus 2. That'll be negative 2. And then I divide. I got negative 1, right? So our dotted line goes on negative 1. I believe that's the same place it was on number 1, right?
Yes.
So dotted line at negative 1 right there. Remember, your dotted line needs to be drawn with your color. Okay, on number 1, how did we find the horizontal? What did we look at? We looked at the exponents. What do you do when these exponents are equal, like they are again here? You divide the coefficients. We divide 4 divided by 2. That one's going to be 2. So, left to right, dotted line at 2. All right, last step. Plug in your 4 points. Back on number 1, how did we pick our 4 points again? 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Right, 2 on each side. So we're going to do it the same way. And just by coincidence, these are going to be the same numbers. Negative 2 and negative 3 on the left, 0 and 1 on the right. Doesn't matter which order you plug them in. All right, go. You guys should have it. Plug them in your calculator. My bad. Then we'll go. All right, over 0 and down 2 is right here. And over 1 up 0. All right, so remember, don't cross the dotted lines when you draw your curves. All right, ready for another one? All right, next let's go to number 5. Let's do number 5. This one's going to be a little bit different. You start it the same way with VA and HA. You guys go ahead and find the VA the same way we did on the first couple problems. All right, this one's different. Let's look back at the last problem. Number 4, guys, these exponents were equal, so we divided the coefficients, right? You divided the numbers. They're not equal this time. We don't even have an x on top. So what do you do when you don't have an x on top? You just automatically put y equals 0 because you can't divide them. So dotted line at 0, going left to right. All right, once again, how do we pick our 4 numbers we got to plug in? 2 on both sides, right? 2 on the left, 2 on the right. On the left, you got negative 4, negative 5. On the right, you got negative 2, negative 1. All right, y'all plug them in. We'll graph it. All right, let's see what you got. So if we plug in negative 4, I'm doing these in my head, good chance I'll miss one. Negative 2.5. Negative 2 is 5, 2.5. Check those behind me. Good? All right, let's graph them. Negative 4 down 5 is here. Negative 5 down 2.5 is here. Negative 2 up 5. Negative 1 up 2.5. Bean, you got a question?
You went a little too fast.
Okay, I'll come help. Go ahead and copy it, Bean. I'll help if you got a question.
You do? I don't like it.
got something that's different on it. What's different?
It has two.
Yeah, two X's are in the bottom this time. So what do? You find an answer for both of them. I'll say it again. When you have more than one X in the bottom, you set them both equal to 0, side by side, just like that. All right, find both answers. I'll wait on you. All right, so this answer is going to be +2, and this answer is going to be -3. So we need dotted lines on both of them. There and there. So dotted line going here. Okay, this part's a little different. Two numbers on the left side of this dotted line are -4 and -5. We'll use those. Two numbers on the right side of this dotted line are +3 and +4. We'll use those too. And I'll show you how to do the middle in a minute. Let's do those four first and get our curves up there. All right, so look, on -4, you're going to have to plug it in that spot and that spot. May take you a little bit longer on your calculator. All right, we're going to stop right there. We'll do 3 and 6 tomorrow.